Hello, this is Akiko Sudano at stampinginthemeadows.com in Downingtown, Pennsylvania. And um, welcome. And today I am going to um, make another card using this wonderful Sending Smiles bundle. Now, hold a second. Let me oh, there we go. Here's my notification. Oh, there we go. Oh my goodness. Yay. Okay. Great. Thank you so much. I think I'm all set now. Thank you so much for joining me. Okay. This Sending Smiles bundle is a uh, photopolymer stamp set and die bundle, and this is in the new catalog that goes live on Tuesday. So I'm so excited about it. Hi, Karen. Thanks so much for joining me. And it's sunny today here too. Thank you. Hi, Karen. Thank you so much for joining me from work as well. This is a great bundle. I really love this. I paired it with the new ink colors for the card that I posted on my blog this morning, and this is just a simple stamped card and it goes great with this because the new ink colors are so bold. But I've also seen this done with some of the other colors that are more that are more subtle. So this is very versatile. Hi, Amy. Thank you so much for joining me today. And one of the things that I like is that you've got all of these wonderful sentiments, and this you've got the stamp for sending, but you've also got a layered word die that you can use instead of just stamping on it. So that's what we're going to do today with my card. We're going to use the dies to make the sending. And all of these different little sentiments, I think, one, they're great. They go through a lot of different occasions, so that you've got a lot of different occasions covered. You've got the small ones, and and they're a very simple font. So one of the things that I think about is that you see a lot of the white embossed sentiment on black cardstock, and these are perfect for that kind of occasion, with or without the sending thing. So, for example, if you want to just have use the birthday wishes, you can do that. And you also have in the bundle, you also have two lengths of dies that coordinate with these sentiments that you can use to cut them out. And we're going to also be using these dies. And also for each of these floral images, as they get stamped, you've got a die that cuts them out. So whereas in the card that I made for my blog this morning, everything is stamped on a just stamped on a basic white panel. For this afternoon, I'm going to be stamping the images and then die cutting it. So I'm going to take this card in this color and this color palette and this design and step it up a little bit with a few extra goodies and stuff. So you can already see, I've already done the sentiment, the sending sentiment, and this is layered, and this is using the Starry Sky and Orchid Oasis cardstocks. The Orchid Oasis is the lighter one, and I've already prepared this ahead of time. And with any word dies, I always, you know, say be careful about losing the dots for your eyes and then your J's as well, and in this case the eyes. And then I've also already done a card to say hello, and I've stamped this on Tahitian tide and embossed it in stamped in Versamark and embossed it in white embossing powder. And I've used that die. See how it's got those little corners, those little cut out corners. So that's really pretty. So I've already prepared this, and then for the background, and I'm using the Sweet Sorbet matte, but I've embossed this. You can see the embossing a little bit here, using that pretty I think it's called Pretty Prince, but it's the one with the floral. And this one was new, I believe, in the mini catalog, and this is carrying over into the new annual catalog as well. So I'm going to adhere this to a sweet sorbet mat, similar to my sample card this morning. And so when you step things up, doing things like embossing a panel with an embossing folder gives it a little bit of something extra that you can do with your cards if you want to. If the thing though I like about this stamp set is even with the simple card, it's a gorgeous card. It's gorgeous without being stepped up, but it's gorgeous being stepped up as well. So I've adhered the panel to a basic white, adhered the embossed panel to a sweet sorbet mat. And then I've got, again, the Orchid Oasis card base, just like just like the card that I did this morning, the simple card. And what I've done is I've cut a panel of the and this is the Starry Sky, and this is the one of the new In Color Designer Series papers, and I just love I love the new In Color Designer Series papers, the designer series papers that are go with the color groups, because you've got, this is the back of it, but you've got the ditzy little floral print, and you've got some stripes and plaids and polka dots. So you've got a lot of different options, I think, that, and I really like them. So definitely check them out. So I'm going to adhere this to the side just with some liquid glue. Just keep this simple. And then I'm going to adhere my panel to the side so that you can see some designer series paper, and as well as the panel. And I'm going to put this on with some more liquid glue. And I think I'm going to put it this way. I feel like this flower is facing up, so I want that to be up this way. And I'll just adhere that to the panel here. Okay, so my card base is pretty much ready. But let's go ahead and do some stamping. Let's see here. Here's my basic white panel. So I'm going to stamp the same elements. First, I'm going to stamp this flower here, and I'm going to stamp the flowers in the Sweet Sorbet, and do the centers in Daffodil Delight. Ink this up. Stamp it here. And then I'm going to ink up this little guy here as well. I think I'm going to try, do a little bit more. And then cover this up, put it away, and I'll do the centers. Now you've got two different centers. You've got kind of an oval one that goes well with this flower. And when it's photopolymer like this, it's pretty easy to line up. You can kind of see through it, and if you're off a little bit, I think it's okay too. That one is just off a little bit. And then you've got another little stamp that's kind of, that's a little one that'll go with actually both of these smaller flowers in the center here. I'll bring back the stamp set. And so this is the stamp that I used for the big flower here, and then this is the stamp for the little flower. This stamp will also go in this flower as well, in the center of this one. And then this is another center that will go with this flower. And I haven't played with that flower yet, and that's going to be pretty. I'm excited to do that. So my flowers are done, and now I'm going to go ahead and use the new Parakeet Party to stamp the leaf. Now this is the large leaf stamp, and you've got another small one, and I use this one for the inside, and then you've got some extra leaves, but I did not use any. I just used this one without any extra leaf on this card, and so I'm going to do that one again for the card today. And the nice thing is that all of these have dies that you can use to cut. You can cut out your stamped images. So there's this one. Now let's get the dies and line them up. This one and this one, and where's the other one? This one. Okay, get these lined up. I'm going to secure it with my little bit of tape here. I think that's okay. This guy. And this is posted tape that I'm using to secure it. And washi tape is good as well, and post-it notes are good as well. And this guy. All right, so I'll take this guy over to my die cutting machine, and everything is going to stay in place. And I will be right back as soon as I cut this out. This will be very, very quick. Oops, this one moved, so I have to reposition that. That's the big flower, it moved on me, so stay there. All right, try this again. Okay, there we go. So here's our little flower. We don't need this anymore. And here's our big flower. This is the one that moved. He's a little bit off, but not too bad. And it's going to be fine because the white background will help doing that. Oh, thank you, Karen. That masculine set is he's the man. That is so much fun. It's got all of the different die cuts in the designer series paper and so many different fun labels, and I think that it also will go great with a lot of different masculine card sets and stuff, masculine stamp sets and stuff. It's just it's really a wonderful set. And I love the colors in the designer series paper as well. So I'm gonna see here. I'm gonna put the sentiment right here. Okay, so that gives me plenty of room, and this is that maybe this can go down a little bit more. So I want to stick this on. I'm going to stick this guy on with some glue dots, and I want to line it up so that it's not too high there, so that I have room at the top for my flower, that it doesn't get too crowded. So stick a glue dot here, and stick another glue dot in here. And let's see here. Put this on. So on Tuesday is when the new catalog will be coming out. So it's so exciting. Have you figured out what your favorites are? There's so many wonderful things in there. I think that's good. There's so many wonderful things in the new catalog that it's just I'm excited. I can't decide what my favorite is. And this flower I'm going to go ahead and pop on the top with dimensionals. And here's my little half dimensionals. Hi, Chi. Thank you so much for joining me today. And that's the nice thing about having coordinating dies for your stamps, because you can just easily cut everything out. Don't have to worry about the fussy cutting. And then it adds some interest to your cards by just giving you a little bit more dimension. And the shadows and stuff is just really makes it a little bit, gives it more of that ooh effect that the recipients, well, any kind of handmade card that a recipient, they just love them. But even the simple one, that's why I like this set so much, because even the simple one is just gorgeous. So, and it's easy to do too. It's so easy to make and line up. And all right, so you can see I'm doing exactly the same layout here with the flowers, and same color. It's just that they're die cut and they're popped up on dimensionals. And for the sending, I think I'm going to go ahead and no, I'm going to put this one on with glue dots. I think it could go with either of them, but it's going to need glue dots. And then this area here is going to be a little bit flat, so it's going to need some on that, and it's going to need some dimensionals, I think, to keep it from, because it's going to go over a little bit. And one more, we'll stick it right there. There we go. Put that there. And add a little bit of dimensional to the end here, to the G, so that it doesn't wobble around. Actually, I think this one I need a piece of a dimensional. Cut up my cut up dimensionals. There. And pull off the cover. And then put this on. So it's like that. Yeah. Since this is embossed and it's matted, it ends up being perfect with one-dimensional underneath there. Perfect depth. And so I'm going to put this on with more dimensionals. Yeah, there we go. So we could have done this with the sending popped up higher, and this one could have been adhered with glue dots, either which way. And instead of just using these beautiful ombre dots, I'm going to go ahead and use these little flowers. There's a little die also that cuts each of these flowers, and I cut these out of the Orchid Oasis, and I'll just add a little bit of glue, liquid glue, to the ends here, and stick these around. I'll put them in the same place. So even my embellishments are getting a little bit of a fancier treatment. One more. Boom, boom, boom. Stick this one right here. All right, and then let's go ahead and use some. So these are the in color dots, and you can see that they're ombre, that you've got lighter and to darker here. And let's go ahead and let's use the dark sweet sorbet little dots for the centers. That picks up a little bit more on the red. There we go. And then the final thing is this, the new in color ribbons are this really, really thin 1/8 inch, but they're a metallic and they're just gorgeous. So I have this, have to use this one, and this is the Starry Sky, and I'm going to adhere that with a glue dot, with a folded up glue dot to the stem of my flower. There we go, and right on the stem, so it's like, yeah, we've tied it up. There. So that's kind of a fussier version of the card that I did this morning, and that's the outside. Now let's put this aside and let's work on the inside. And I'm gonna, on this one, I just stamped the flower, and I'm going to do the same thing with this, except that I'm going to add a trim of at the bottom with the designer series paper. And I don't know if I said, but this is the Starry Sky designer series paper, and it looks like the design is in the Orchid Oasis. So it just really looks well with that Orchid Oasis. So let's find and I use the smaller stem and leaf. Those dots are great, yes. And I just love that they're ombre, because you can, I think it just makes them so much more versatile. I'm going to stick this up a little bit higher, because I've got I'll be covering the bottom of the trim with the designer series paper trim there, and pull out the sweet sorbet. I'm still getting used to the names of these new in colors. This right here. And the little flower center in Daffodil Delight. There we go. And adhere our strip of designer series paper at the bottom. And trim it off. I can close this up. I don't need that anymore. Trim this off. this around and get a little Stampin' Seal and adhere this panel to the inside of the card. Good. I didn't need to scooch that one up. Surprising, but it works. So I didn't check to see what time the ordering starts for the new catalog. If they're gonna be like right at midnight on Mountain Time, or if there's gonna be a little bit of downtime before you can start ordering. But I'll be placing my order probably about in the morning when I get up. But it's exciting. And with that, tomorrow is the last day for any items that are on the last chance sale. So if there's still anything you haven't picked up that you're interested in, check and see if they still have some available. So there's the inside of the card, and there's the outside, and here is I guess the simpler version that I had for my post this morning. So thank you so much for joining me. Have a great day. And I think with Mother's Day on Sunday next week, I'm going to do my live on Saturday so we can all enjoy our Mother's Day. Thank you so much. Have a great week, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.